Hey everybody, welcome back. Steve with Spectrum Sports Performance, just doing another blog, tossing out some more education today. We're just going to be talking about warm-ups again like we did last week. The warm-ups from last week was straight ahead movements or like linear acceleration. Today we're going to do a warm-up for lateral day, like a shuffling day. So, you as a programmer, you have shuffling down for your workout. How do I properly get warmed up and make sure my athlete is ready to go, ready to be intense, and also just ready to go nervous system wise? Like, are they excited? Are they ready to roll? Is their body ready to react quickly? And those are all important things that we gotta have done before we start training the intense movement session, okay? So I'm gonna bring in Angel once again right now. He's gonna come on in. We're gonna talk about just core activation first, right? We wanna get this area through that core, that trunk, and that torso firing and ready to go. So it's ready to respond when I'm doing my movement session later, okay? So I'm gonna have him get down to a lateral pillar or a side pillar. Looks like a side plank. He's gonna get down on his right elbow and face you guys. What we're really trying to get going on this is firing that midsection, that torso, but really those obliques, right? That inner and outer oblique right through here to that right side, because he needs that active when he's shuffling side to side to help decelerate him so we can change direction. If he's not tight and firing through here, then he's moving side to side, makes it a little bit tougher for him to change direction. So that's what we're working on here. Typically, we're going to be holding 30 seconds each side. I want to make sure he's pitching back to the shoulder blade, so a nice tall chest. And a nice straight line from head to heel. Make sure his hips aren't dropping. Go ahead and drop your hips real quick. This is what we'll see a lot of times. He's still off the ground, but his hips are dropping. So this is not firing because his hips have dropped. So as a coach, we got to make sure head to heel, straight line, squeeze it through the butt, belly button, and go ahead and relax for a second. So he would do obviously each side about 30 seconds or so, just to get things firing. Not to smoke him, not to wear him out, just get this firing so when he's shuffling later, it's responsive through here. So now let's move on to stretches like we did last week. If he's moving side to side, we want to think about basically the inner and outer sections of his hips while he's moving across, especially that intersection of that hip, because he needs to be able to push off and drive. So we need to go ahead and get that muscle lengthened through there. So my adductor complex, my groin muscles through there and lengthened. So he's going to do a side lunge right at you guys, and I'll have him go to the side too. He's going to be stepping out, keeping his toes straight ahead, and work on straightening that off leg, that trail leg, the leg he's going to be pushing off with when I have him shuffle later. So he's going to step to his left right now. His toes are going to be straight ahead. He's going to sink back in his hips. You notice a nice straight line from hip, knee, and to toe, and a nice good straight leg. So he's in that stretch through that right groin, right abdomen. We're going to step up. Let's go do one to the other side now real quick. We'll balance him out, obviously. And we see that nice, good stretching, good body alignment. Go ahead and relax for a second. Turn and face me so you guys can see it from the side view, because that's just as important. He'll step out to the right here once again, and notice that he's getting his hips back. He's not overloading his knees. A common problem with this is someone's knees will go forward. You want to shoot your knee forward, and he'll overload that knee. Not good. We want to go back through here, not through that knee, okay? He's going to do about 3 to 5. We're going to relax real quick. 3 to 5 on each side. Once again, he's only holding it for about 2 to 5 seconds. He's not going to be sitting there doing a 1-minute static stretch before I have him go shuffle on a nice intense shuffle day, okay? So after that, we're going to work on getting him moving. Once again, dynamic movements what we're focusing on next. So now we're kind of ramping up the volume a little bit. We're going to get him going, get him active, work on force production into the ground, and also how his body should be pushing when he's going to go ahead and shuffle. So if he's shuffling, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, he's pushing off the inside part of that push leg, right? So I want to start teaching that to him now and getting that motor pattern set for what I'm going to ask him to do later in the workout. Once again, this is a warm-up, but we're getting him warmed up for what's going to happen later. So he's going to go ahead, just like last week, he's going to start marching in place. Instead of marching straight ahead, I'm going to have him go ahead and march to his left. So as he marches to his left, he's going to push off the inside part of that right foot. Go ahead and go. He'll do about 3 steps here. He's pushing into the ground. Beautiful. Go ahead and relax. We'll do the same thing going back in just a second, but notice that he pushes off the inside part of that right foot. That is what I want him to do later when he shuffles. Same thing. Go ahead and march in place for me. And now go on back, pushing off the left. And now go ahead and relax. So one thing you'll see, we've talked about before, we want to build a balanced athlete, right? We want him to be able to push off of his right foot just as well as he can push off his left. We find a lot of times athletes will have a dominant foot or a dominant side. So let's say it was his right side. So he moves to the left, great, because he's pushing off his right leg. But then going back, we'll see athletes a lot of times want to cross over. We want to push off the inside part of this. But because he doesn't like to push off his left, he's trying to get his right leg to do the majority of the work. So this is your chance right now to assess that, analyze that, and squash it. Because later when I ask him to shuffle back and forth, if he's not comfortable pushing off of both legs equally, he's going to have trouble shuffling to his right. It makes sense because he likes to use his right leg instead of his left. So we're addressing that kind of imbalance right now in a simple warm-up, okay? So now let's ramp up the intensity a little bit more and have him stick. So he'll start by marching in place, Same idea. Now let's have him skip in place. So we see that double contact, we see the force production in the ground, and now he's gonna push off that right leg again. Beautiful, go ahead and relax. He'll do the same thing coming back at you. Go ahead and skip in place, attacking the ground, keep a nice tall chest, and go ahead and push off that left leg. Excellent, just like that. Beautiful, thank you, relax. Notice that tall posture and that force production, right? He's allowing the force to go through his foot, through his body, through his head, and moving in different directions. Once again, getting ready for a lateral day. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.